Hey everybody, it's Sean from the Commander's Brew. I got my boy Black Lotus behind me, as usual, and we're here to talk about Lost Cards. This is the supplemental episode to the Lier Disciple of the Drowned episode. If you haven't seen that episode, you should watch it before this one. Click the link. But here's the episode where we go into a couple of different strategies. Let's check it out.
All right, here we go. It's Lost Cards. It's Lier. What's the full name on Lier?
Disciple of the Drowned.
Thank you, Disciple of the Drowned. I keep just saying Lier, and it feels wrong. It's probably Lier, but again, we're having fun saying Lier. No counter spells, right? No counter spells in the original deck. She's not letting us do any kind of counters, so we had a lot of fun casting a bunch of instants and sorceries and making a bunch of tokens, and just having all kinds of fun from the graveyard.
Yeah, so check that out if you haven't. Obviously, it's tons and tons of fun, but this is Lost Cards. Let's talk about a couple of ways we didn't go that we think you could also go. I think, let's just start off the top. I think what the first idea is the no counterspell deck. There's so many not so many, but there are a lot of cards that don't actually counter spells, unsubstantiate. Because of the way it's worded, it's 1 and a blue for an instant. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. That's not countering. You can't counter spells, but you can return a spell on the stack to its owner's hand. So if they spent more than half their mana putting it on the stack, you've effectively countered it for the turn. Then this sits in the graveyard and everyone can see it. So they're like, well, I gotta be prepared to pay double for whatever spell I want, because Lier can put it back in my hand anytime they want. Commit/memory, similar deal. You put a spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top. It's got the Aftermath sorcery, which I don't plan on ever casting, where everyone shuffles their graveyard and draws a new 7. I'm just never casting that, I don't think.
Yeah, you don't really want to shuffle your graveyard into your library with this deck, unless it would be at instant speed in response to someone trying to exile it or something.
Well, even still, I don't want to give everyone else 7 new cards like that. I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, because normally that memory is not bad. There'll be some times where you'll just do that, just wheel just to see what you can get. But yeah, I agree. It's in this deck actually, it's not well suited.
You'll put those card images up.
Oh yeah, I thought they were. Thank you. There we go. Commit to memory. There it is.
Yeah. And there's other, if you wanted to brew this deck, obviously there's a lot of other counter spells that have another function, like counter a spell unless its owner pays 3, or look at a few cards and pick one, or like Archmage's Charm, that new triple blue, it just counters a spell or target player draws 2 cards or something else. It's like those are always going to be options for you because early in the game maybe you do want to counter something before Lier shows up. Sure, let's do that. Maybe you got a juicy graveyard going and someone tries to exile it with a spell. Well, that's a good candidate for counter. And then it sits in the graveyard and it turns into a draw spell. There's lots of utility there, even getting around Lier's restriction. I think you just do a regular control deck. That seems like an easy way to go.
High Tide comes to mind, being a real kind of combo style. High Tide being the single blue instant that's until end of turn. Whenever a player taps an island for mana, that player adds blue to their mana pool. Well, being able to do this twice, play it once, flash it back right away. Now every island is adding 2 additional blue mana. Seems pretty good. I mean, whether it's then using something for a big X spell or storming or whatever it is you want to do, right?
Yeah, to me, this is the combo version. I want to double High Tide and just cast enormous spells.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And this is where I'd start to look. I mean, this kind of bleeds into the next kind of Lost Cards strategy, but the other deck for the main episode was more of a self-mill thing, but why not go for milling our opponents? I think being able to flashback spells. And we've recently got a nice little package of mill your opponents. I wish these said target player just because it makes them more utility. But Tasha's Hideous Laughter from Adventures of Forgotten Realms, 1 blue for a sorcery. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they've exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. I don't know about you, but commander decks are getting cheaper and cheaper.
Yeah,
so like some decks, 20 CMC. I would be curious.
I wonder how many cards that works out to usually.
Well, yes, and then the similar question is what is the total CMC of your deck? Like I've never seen that statistic. I would like to. I'm sure it exists on some website. I've always ignored it if it has. But we know average CMC, but like how many pips? What's the total CMC of a deck? I don't know. But if it's low enough, you get this once, you flash it back for another 20. Like we're getting a lot of cards. The lands just zoom right by. So they have CMC 0, mana value 0.
Yeah, you're gonna hitting a run of lands with this would be really something.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. You said you wish this was a target opponent?
You could target yourself if you wanted to. Although I forgot it was exiled, right? I guess now that I know it's exiled, it's useless to mill yourself that way.
I thought you meant like for some reason you wanted to only hit one opponent.
I mean, there's probably a world where you don't want to, but I mean, since it exiles, there's no harm, right? Like sometimes you don't want to mill certain decks because they're graveyard decks. You're just giving them gas. But this exiles, so do it all you want.
Yeah. Oh, there's more here. We got Maddening Cacophony too, right? 1 and a blue. The sorcery with a kicker is milling 8 cards. And then instead if it was kicked, each opponent mills half their library rounded up. That type of thing is always great.
Yeah, that's traumatized.
Yeah.
For an additional mana. But with Lier, we can get that back from the graveyard. So I can mill everyone for half, and then I can mill everyone for like another 25% because the half's gone already.
That's true.
After that, there's not much more to do. You're probably almost done milling them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, if you got the money, right, from Jumpstart, give me Bruvac the Grandiloquent, 2 and a blue, Human Advisor, 1/4. And if opponent would mill, they mill twice as much.
Yeah. How much is this guy now?
This guy's up to almost $20.
It's wild that this is the card that, I mean, I guess a couple of them were really expensive for a while, but like, Jumpstart.
It's so hard to find them. Like they didn't, I don't know. I mean, they said they made a lot of packs.
You can find them now. Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like I see them at the Walmart all the time.
But are they the new Jumpstart or the original Jumpstart?
The original.
Oh wait, there was no new Jumpstart. It just was fake Jumpstart on Arena only. There was only ever one real life in paper Jumpstart.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, because the Arena Jumpstart, they invented those like digital only cards where that like they did stuff to like weird things.
Yeah, like perpetual.
Yeah, stuff you can't. I mean, you can do in real life, but it becomes a pain in the butt to track. It's just so much easier.
That's why +1/+1 counters exist.
Right. There's some burn spell that cares how many turns. It does 1 damage for every turn you've began. I'm just like, I don't know what turn we're on. Like, there's no way I would know that in real life.
Yeah, that's why they don't make those.
Yeah, right.
But there you go. Lost cards.
Yeah,
couple
so
different
many ways to go.
It seems like a very good commander for. I mean, you obviously have to have stuff in your graveyard, but I mean, you can lean harder into graveyard. You can lean harder into just doing instants and sorceries and comboing and stuff. There's a wide range when it comes to it.
Yeah, you could play it really tight. Like you could try to run super cheap stuff that you can cast and flashback right away. So you don't ever have to worry about like people stealing your graveyard on you. Like even a treasure cruise, which sounds like a lot, but like once you're going, like I can cast it for 1, exile 7, heck, I'll cast it for another 1. I'll just draw 6 for 2 blue, just exile 14 cards.
And that's just gas, Yeah. You can just keep it rolling. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I love it.
It's cool. It's a cool mono blue deck.
It's a very cool deck. Good job. if hey, if you want to get in on this, the Discord is where we do it, brewing these decks up, helping us out. It's been a lot of fun over there. So check it out at our Patreon, patreon.com/commandersbrew. And otherwise, gang, we will see everyone back here next week. Brand new deck tech, brand new lost, smash my microphone, brand new lost cards. But until then, we'll see you around. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you love what we're doing, consider supporting the show by going to patreon.com/commandersbrew.
And if you want to get any of the cards from our deck list, go to our TCG Player affiliate link below.
That helps us out too. And for a free way to help us out, consider sharing the show with some friends. Like and subscribe, add a comment or two.
See you later.
Bye.